High noon, Thanksgiving Eve. Jones and Keefe here on WEEI. It is time for Pure Hoops with Justin Turpin of WEEI. You know him as Turp. What's going on, Turp?
What's up, guys? 5 o'clock start today. A little weird.
Yeah, early
Very
start.
strange. What's up with that?
Over at the Garden, yeah. Well, you know, Thanksgiving Eve, people want to get out there and get in the game early. I was just mentioning this to Turp off the air, not to steer out of any Celtics talk to get started here, but our trade deadline just passed in our fantasy football league, Keefe.
Came and went, huh?
And the only trade that happened in our league, did you make a trade and like sneaking in under the wire?
No, I didn't know it was today.
No. I didn't realize.
The only trade that went down in our league, me and Turp.
That was a big one. Pat's defense for Harold Finn Jr., I believe.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, that was a good.
It was symbiotic though. Everyone made out in that trade.
Well, it really helped no one. But yeah, we were at least aggressive owners. By the way, if you're looking at the standings, I think Turp and Keefe are kind of battling it out for one spot in the postseason.
Yeah, my team fell off a cliff in this thing, but I'm still hanging around.
We've got a good division on our side.
Yeah, we do. We might have 5 playoff teams.
Turp's in a very weak division.
Very weak.
That division winner is probably going to be the only team that gets in on that side.
Are we head-to-head this week? Is that what you said?
No, I'm just saying you're battling for a playoff spot.
I might not have a quarterback this week.
Well, I would get
Baker
one of those.
Mayfield. Yeah, I got to go out and get one.
I would get a Q.
I would add one.
It seemed like there was some good news with him, though, that it was like he might play this weekend, so
Maybe.
hopefully he does.
Well,
There's nobody left, Turp.
Yeah, no, it's a cesspool.
Well, see, I didn't realize the trade deadline this week.
Is Josh Jacobs
Jones,
playing, or did Turp completely?
Jacobs is practicing. I think Jacobs is going to play.
Okay.
I don't think
lost his role, though.
Well,
That was good.
Yeah,
I'm only kidding.
I'm playing Billy this week.
Oh, nice.
Big
showdown.
matchup. Yeah.
Big showdown.
Quarterbacks.
That's kind of an elimination game, actually, is what that is.
I think you're right.
Loser of that's kind of knocked out, I think.
Loser's done.
So there's a lot there. While we're here, Turpin, you killed Josh Jacobs. Jackson was picking this week in your place in the Bozo
did a hell of a
touchdown
job,
parlay.
huh?
Well, so
he's out.
You maybe just answered my question. You're rooting against them,
Yeah,
correct?
of course I am.
Okay.
I want my spot back.
So like
It's gonna
Dice,
be a while.
Well, you shouldn't announce who Dice has yet, but Dice is in this
Dice
week.
is in this week.
You're adamantly rooting against Dice.
Yeah, he's been 0 for 2 the last 2 weeks, right?
Oh,
Well,
well,
no,
I'm keeping tabs.
No, that's not true. No. Dice missed this past week on whoever he submitted.
Yoshivas.
I think he did hit.
Yoshivas.
I think he hit 2 weeks ago on CD. I think.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think he did. He wasn't officially in though. That wasn't.
I've
official.
learned my lesson. I'm gonna come back with some vengeance here whenever I get my shot again.
We'll see.
I like it. All right, so Turp has learned his lesson. Have the Celtics learned their lesson through the first whatever it is, 15 games, or whatever it is, more than that, I guess. Have they figured out not to take teams lightly like the Brooklyn Nets? I'm still annoyed by that loss the other night.
Yeah, we're about to find out with the stretch they're going on. I mean, this is really going to tell what this team is. They look at even starting tonight. Detroit coming in on a 13-game win streak. They're 15-2. You got Minnesota, Cleveland, like all 10-win teams coming up here along the top of their conferences. So this is where you're really going to find out what this team is. And to the Brooklyn point, to that game, like we talked about it after the Utah game, where with this team, the one thing you thought you'd be able to expect each and every night is the effort, and that they weren't going to get punked in games like that they should win. And like they're not in a position where they can give up wins, which makes it a little bit even more frustrating. So yeah, that Brooklyn game was really annoying.
Yeah, it was frustrating, and because they're in a spot where I think it's very clear the bottom 5 or 6 teams in the NBA are just atrocious.
You're not going to.
Unfortunately, one of those teams was Brooklyn, which you lost to. But even still, we were talking about. I mean, how many wins total is Washington going to have when it's all said and done? I mean, they might have to claw to get. They might be one of these teams that we look back on. They have like 10 wins at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
So they're just some atrocious teams. There's still like a bit of a log jam there between 3 seed down to like the 10 seed. Like it's early. There's 17 games into the season, but one team goes on a little bit of a hot streak. They could be the 3 seed, one team, but all on the same token, one team goes on a little bit of a skid. They're out.
To that point, like if you beat Utah, you beat Brooklyn, and one of those Philly games goes your way, and they were in both of those games. They went down to crunch time. A couple of these games go your way. You're talking about this team being the 3rd team in the East, which everyone would be happy with. Now, I don't think people would expect them to stay there just because eventually other teams are going to start finding their stride. The Orlandos, the New Yorks, like those teams are going to start figuring it out. But if you're sitting here and this team's sitting at the third seed going into December, you feel pretty good and you feel like they'd be exceeding expectations. And it's been right there for them, which makes it even more frustrating because it's teams that they should be beating. And a couple of those clutch games go their way, it's a lot different.
Good contrast in styles tonight. At TD Garden, early start. Turp will be there. Celtics are down to 3rd in the NBA in three-point attempts, 42.9. So they trail Golden State and Cleveland in three-point attempts. Detroit is 3rd from the bottom The only teams that shoot less threes than them, Houston and Sacramento. How do you think that plays out?
I mean, people might hate this, but I think the way that you stay into this game tonight is just bomb away. Like, try to beat them from the three-point line, because you're not going to win the margins against this team, especially without Neemias Queta. And you can't overstate how good he's been for them this year. I mean, they're a plus 124 with him on the floor. That's a team best. A minus 45 with him off, a team worst. Like, he has been phenomenal for them this year. And I think of all the positive developments, and there have been quite a few with individual developments for this team, he's going to be near the top of the list in how impactful he's been. Like, he looks like a guy who can contribute to the next iteration of this team. So you can't overstate how important it is with not having him tonight. So do you lean in and go really small? Do you start a guy like Sam Hauser and just jack up 53s and hope 36 of them go 30? You shoot 36% or whatever,
probably,
and try to outshoot them. That's probably the way to do it.
Hope is the right word, though, because that is what it would be. You're hoping. You're not. It's not really much of a game plan.
Like 36%, right? Because just look at the size. It's you just do not have the size. And Jaylen Duren's been a monster this year. I know, Jones, we were talking about it before the show. Like, you already got those rebound bets
I locked in my Duren rebound overs very early in the day.
That guy's a walking double-double. So I think that probably is the best way to do it, because, again, you're not going to beat this team on the margins tonight. They're a top 10 rebounding team. The Celtics, they've been better as of late, but aren't a great rebounding team. So I think that might be the best way to do it. Just try to go mega small and try to shoot your way into the game.
You know, last year, I like Detroit a lot. They were one of the surprise teams. They lost in the first round. I thought they were going to win that series, and they didn't. Cade Cunningham looks like an All-NBA player again. I'm curious, are they a real title contender? They're rolling right now, but do you look at the Pistons as a team that could be in the NBA Finals?
Can I give you a stat of the week nominee here?
Please do.
Right. So they've had –
Go ahead.
They have two – so they have – in franchise history, they've had two 13-game win streaks. Both of them have resulted in NBA Finals.
Really?
So tonight, they're entering the Garden on a 13-game win streak, trying to set a franchise record. And, yeah, I absolutely think so. Now, whatever team comes out of the West is going to be really hard for this team to overcome, whether that be, Oklahoma City far and away looks like the best team in the league. But, any other team, Denver, Houston, like any of those teams would be the favorite. But you look at the Eastern Conference, like, why can't they compete?
They definitely can, because you would think, all right, no Tatum, no Halliburton for the season, so that should be, it's pretty wide open. And you're thinking, all right, that should be the year for the Knicks. That should be the year for Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs. But it's like, as of this point, Detroit has far and away taken the most advantage of it.
It's crazy, too. Yeah. Like, think about it. They set an NBA record for the longest losing streak in league history 2 years ago, walking into the Garden. They set it at TD Garden. And it's funny because they sent the Celtics the overtime that night.
2 years ago, they won 14 games.
Yeah.
They've already won 15 this year before Thanksgiving.
It is a wild turnaround. And like that team's got a ton of talent. So I don't see why they couldn't compete in the Eastern Conference. Again, we've been talking about it since the summer, just how wide open it is. And I mean, they look like absolutely like a team that can come out on top of it.
617-779-7937. You got Celtics questions for Terp. You can jump in and ask them, but we have to do this first.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
It's Jones and Keefe, Fashion Police.
All right, now if you're watching on twitch.tv/BostonWEEI, the Twitch chat is ablaze on Terp's outfit. Kevin suggested.
Wait, what's with Terp's outfit?
Kevin suggested that we need to fashion police Terp's outfit. Now, Terp
looks like he just got off the golf course.
Terp's wearing a white hat.
Going right to the game.
Is it a white jumpsuit? What are you wearing?
No, that's not a jumpsuit.
Well, that's what it looks like, though. It looks like
what is that? A Callaway Golf?
Yeah.
It's a golf pullover.
Somebody on Twitch said he looks like LL Cool J with his outfit.
Take it.
That's a tough light. That seat is a tough light. You get kind of like
a tree behind me.
You got a nice festive tree behind you, which looks great.
Okay.
But so people want us to fashion police Terp.
He is glowing. It's like God is on the middle of the screen.
That's true. So it's a white hat and a white pullover. What kind of pants you wearing? I
got black pants on.
Black pair of pants.
Nice. How tight. So how would how would I fashion police this? 70, 77.
Yeah, well, I don't see what's wrong with that.
Well, 77
that might
grade.
be the highest score I've ever had.
Yeah, that's not a bad grade.
It's not a bad grade.
Well, what's your grade?
62.
That's great.
Nothing wrong with that. It's above 50.
Twitch is getting into like OnlyFans territory, but Twitch chat wants you to stand up. If you could stand up for the Twitch chat, Terp. Yeah,
why does Terp? Yeah, that's good.
All right, good. Yeah, they like that. They like that.
Looks great.
Donos left and right. You're getting donations like you read about right now.
Send those bits in, like 10 cents.
Yeah, the different subscriber things. Is that
different tiers. Yeah, different tier levels. Turp will send you a happy Thanksgiving card if you submit $100.
He'll give you a worn white Nike hat.
It'll be like the Costanza, just black socks.
Turp photoshopped onto a turkey. He'll do that for you. Whatever it takes.
All right. So I went 77. You went
62.
Okay, good.
Again, like the highest scores I might have ever had here. Right. I usually go with like a Bass Pro.
I'm like still filling out this application, by the way.
Yeah, no, I
thought the trader's application was like one page. Every time you click submit, it goes to another page. This is like this is the rest of my day. You've lost me.
Between that and figuring out the dog tiers yesterday, the breaks have been very busy around here.
Oh, my
God. Okay, let's go to Matt in Rhode Island. Has a Celtics question for Turp. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I know you guys are talking about the Brooklyn game yesterday, and I agree. That loss is worth 5. I mean, playing that team on a back-to-back, and not a big NBA Cup guy, but you did have something to play for. You're favored by 14, and you lose by 12. But my question to Turp is, recently, with Jaylen Brown saying what he said, I mean, if Jaylen Brown decides, if he gets hurt or anything happens, like, we're Brooklyn without Jaylen Brown. So I just don't understand why they had to rid the whole team and give him nothing to play with.
Yeah, so we've not talked about these comments, Keefe, but
the T-Mac ones?
Yeah, he said basically he was, I guess, venting to Tracy McGrady. McGrady's like, dude, do whatever you can to stay in Boston. But Jaylen was thinking about leaving. Your thoughts on that story?
Yeah, I think it is interesting, and I kind of go a different direction with it and look at it. It's like, are we looking at this season kind of in the wrong way, where we were talking about how Jaylen wants the chance to be the number one, wants a chance to prove himself, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe it is winning that fuels him, and if he's taking that advice the way he seems like he is, the way he was talking about it, that seems to be the case, where he's not necessarily motivated by the personal accolades and the personal success. Like, he wants to win. And, those comments were pretty enlightening because it's been speculated before. It's like, oh, Jaylen was unhappy, but he's never really explicitly said it. And that was the first time he kind of hinted that this was a thought at one point. So I go a different direction. Like I said, like, maybe he's not motivated by that. Maybe it is winning that is his number one priority.
It's kind of funny to me, though, where you think about there might be 5 players in the league that are actually happy. Like, when you really think about it, like, Kevin Durant hates everything. Now, this year seems to be kind of clicking for him, but for a guy that's
for now he's happy. He's probably happy at the start of Brooklyn. Yeah,
he'll be on Twitter defending himself, calling out coaches. But that's the guy who's one of the best players of this generation, and he has to go to fake Twitter accounts to defend himself. People make fun of his rings, being like, those don't even count. So it's like guys are either on good teams, right, but they don't have the perfect role.
LeBron moves around constantly. Who's actually?
I would say Curry.
I was gonna say Steph is happy.
I would say Curry's pretty happy because he gets the credit that he deserves.
Giannis isn't.
Giannis not. Jokic doesn't even like basketball.
Great point.
I don't think.
Yeah, he's not happy. Great point.
I'd say Tatum is.
You think Tatum's pretty happy?
I would actually agree with that.
Yeah, but I think because there's very few guys that have won a title on the team that drafted them, and they're still there, and they are viewed as the best player because
I need to go home.
Because everybody outside of Curry, it's like, well, you have Curry, and then that's what we're talking about with Brown. It's like, well, Tatum's the guy.
This is not normally my side of the street, but on Tatum, I've actually been pretty impressed that he's gone on all the road trips and done all
because I didn't think he really needed to.
I didn't.
But he's been there all the time.
I didn't think he needed to. I didn't think he would want to. I didn't think he would care enough. I think that would be evidence of he is a guy who's happy and cares and is super invested. And I thought he would be committed to getting back on the floor. He always plays I guess his investment level. I just didn't think went this far to he's supporting the team on the road while he's hurt. I'll give him credit for that. I didn't think he would do that. I didn't think he needed to do it. And that's honestly impressed me.
Yeah, and the players have talked about it as well. Like Jordan Walsh described him as a player, a coach, a hype man, a mentor. He's doing a great job with the younger guys. And you could see it because he goes up to them on the sideline. And Hugo Gonzalez is a perfect example. He came out, this was actually Friday against Brooklyn. He came out of the game and Jason Tatum went right over to him during a timeout and was just coaching him up. He's done a great job just being there when he obviously can't impact on the floor, doing what he can to help them off the floor. And, that's a guy who's, especially with the team with so many younger players, like Ugo, Jordan Walsh, Josh Minot, Luka Garza even. There's just so many younger players that are so, inexperienced. You have an all-NBA player at your disposal, a perennial MVP candidate there to give you advice and just share what he's seeing. You can't overstate the importance of that.
Okay. Well, Turp, you got the Celtics tonight?
Yes, sir. Oh, no, do I have? I'm going to the game. Them? Yes. No, I don't think I'm picking them. No.
What is the crazy line?
2.5.
Oh, Celtics are 2.5-point dogs.
Oh, this is an NBA Cup game, too, so the court's going to be all wild.
Yeah, they're kind of out. They're kind of out on the NBA Cup, though. Yeah, that Brooklyn loss was costly.
Play spoiler, maybe?
As Matt said. Say it again.
This being a 2.5-point line is crazy to me. Detroit has been incredible.
So what does Vegas know?
Something's fishy.
What do they know?
Something's off.
Yeah,
Something
seriously.
is fishy.
How high would you go on the Duran rebounds tonight? I locked it in at
12.5.
I locked it in at 16 one place.
16?
I did.
He
He had,
had 60.
no,
What's the number? Like, what's
he had,
like the.
he had 18 against
He
the Celtics
averages
earlier this
11
year.
and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a machine.
And they don't have a center tonight. Like
no,
I said, like they
no
couldn't-
Queta. They can't rebound even with
But if
Queta.
they make every shot, there will be no boards.
He had 18 earlier this year against them. I locked
We
in
were
shots.
also saying
I locked
that
in
we
16
hope
earlier.
they shoot 36% from three. That means you're
Yeah,
missing
still-
64% of your shots.
a lot of
That's
boards.
plenty
Boards to
rebounds
grab.
available there. So
Okay.
no, I'd be all over the Duran props.
Okay, Duran props, and he has mixed in there. I don't know if you heard it. He's got the Pistons tonight.
Yeah.
What does Vegas know? 617-779-7937. You can jump in here on Jones and Keefe. Pure Hoops with Terp every Wednesday at high noon. Terp, excellent stuff. Enjoy the garden. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.